Alright, it's 10 o'clock. I just woke up. Already used the restroom. After using the restroom, I take my weight and I use this tape measure and I measure my waist. So let's see how fat I am today. By the way, not my color scheme choice. This is my mom's house. We are at 89 centimeters fat. And then as for weight, see, this thing gets in the way a lot. And that thing over there, see? Ugh. Alright. Let's see how much we weigh.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Oh damn it, I forget. The camera has weight. So right now we were at 213.4. This is 15 weeks away from North American Championships. Maybe, if that show's still gonna go on. But I'm not gonna eat yet. I'm gonna get some water and then go do cardio with the dogs. Alright, so I'm ready to go out into the wilderness and cardio. I usually listen to audiobooks, or I was listening to lectures, but they got pulled off Google Play. So today I'm gonna read this while I walk, and I'm gonna try to get a good angle of the dogs running out. This is what I have to deal with all the time. Ready? Ready? Assholes. So I put the dogs in the trunk, or in the bed of the truck, because I don't want all that hair in my cabin. So the Weimaraner can get up on her own, but the German Shepherd's too old to get up. I have to load him. And then the pug is too short. Here's a better dog view. Look at that shit. Look at this dude. And then this dog. So we're here. Oh, by the way, I'm not driving very far. I'm not like getting on the highway with them in the back. I gotta unload all this meat. This place actually isn't even that far. It's a neighborhood behind mine. It's just a long, it's on the side of a bayou. So like here's the bayou, and my neighborhood is actually the one across the bayou. So I drive around to reach this spot, because I don't know if you can see that. That's actually my community park, but it's gated, or it's closed off. So here, it's not. And that's my truck. So I'm actually only gonna do 20 minutes, so I'm just gonna walk and read. Nothing serious. I don't want to do too much cardio, because right now it's programmed out. Usually I'll be here like 30, 40, however long I feel like being here. But since prep has started, it's planned. Okay, see ya. Alright, we're all done with the cardio. Look how tired everyone is. You hear that one? That thing right there. Alright, I'm back home. It's 11:10. I'm gonna eat. Here's my fridge. I'm gonna eat. I'm not gonna shower yet. I didn't sweat too much, so I'm about to work out in 2 hours. If it was peak summer, I usually get drenched, and then I'll take a quick rinse. But yeah, I'm gonna show you what I eat. Alright, so it's 8.5 ounces of meat and 6 ounces of potatoes. So before I eat, I want to give you a tour of my office. This is where the magic happens. That's pretty much where I spend most of my time. There's the green screen that you see in videos. Here's my computer. There's my food waiting for me. Here's my legit computer to monitor setup. Here's my casting couch. And yeah, this is pretty much where I'm always in. Oh, here's my medals. You probably can't see them. Now here's this kind of funny. Like, here's my medals from my shows, and my mom got me this super not masculine thing to hang them on. So generally, I really can't start any work that I have until after the gym. So after I eat this, I'd say generally I'd play a game. Right now I'm replaying The Witcher. If you haven't played The Witcher 3, you're missing out on an incredible story and at the cost of 200 to 300 hours of your life. But it's worth it, it's worth it. So I think that's what I'm gonna do after I finish eating this. Then we'll go work out, I'm gonna show you that. And then I'm gonna show you the work that I'm doing now is kind of complicated. And I'd say what you're gonna see today is probably most of what my days have been in quarantine. Which, once you see it, it's just like, it's exactly what I needed to get past this point in my writing, because that's what I've been doing is writing. But alright, I'm gonna finish eating. I'm gonna show you some Witcher 3 gameplay just because I have to, because it's such an amazing game. And then we'll work out. Right now it's 11:25. Alright, I finished eating. Now I'm gonna play, The Witcher. And I got a pillow to put on my couch so I could lay down as I play. This is where I'd say I spend the majority of my day. My night is different. So I have my pillow, I have my remote, which is hooked up to the PC, because I have a PlayStation, but I'm playing this game on the PC, so it's hooked up to that. And this is pretty much what my life looks like. I'm here playing, or without the remote, I'm watching something, a movie, something. But this is what it looks like. This is pretty much it. It's not a bad life, it's a pretty good life. So the way I try to structure my day, during the day I try to consume enough content to inspire me to write at night, and generally the mood changes depending on the writing, if that makes sense. So yeah, so I'm gonna play for, it's 12:30 for like an hour, and then I'm gonna go work out. Alright, it's 2 o'clock. I probably played a little too long. I'm drinking my pre right now. I'm gonna go to my friend's house, which is in my neighborhood. You'll see, it's a decent setup. What pre am I drinking? The one I make that I still have. I'm gonna change this whole thing, but I still have like 8 bottles left. I'm probably just gonna use them, honestly. By the time my business recovers from this corona pandemic, I don't know when that'll be, but sometime in the future. So this is pretty much where I've been training. I got a squat rack, adjustable with a pull-up rack or bar. 2 sets of 35s, a 25, 1 set of 25 and a set of 10s, and some adjustable dumbbells. That's pretty sufficient weight. It's not too bad. And I'm gonna do legs today. So since I'm doing legs, I'm trying to focus on hamstring and glutes, but it's really hard without equipment and just this. So what I'm gonna do is some good mornings, and you're pretty much just bowing. I don't know how heavy I go. This is 35 on each side, and because it's very limiting what I can do, I try to keep a pretty good tempo, just so I feel tired and it's easier to keep a pump that way. So check my form. You don't want to be too far apart. You're more like here as you're doing these good mornings. Shit, it got hot. I'm gonna do some normal squats, and these squats I'm gonna do shoulder length like this, and then immediately after I'm gonna do some wide leg squats or sumo squats, and I'll be like around here. And for the wide leg, my toes are gonna be like out. I'm gonna be doing this, and so to keep the tempo high, I'm gonna do one and immediately do the other. So I'd be pretty tired after this. So now we're gonna do stiff leg deadlifts. It's just like a normal deadlift, except it's not. Your feet are closer than shoulder width, and your knees don't bend. So what I do is, as I'm doing the exercise, from the bottom here up to here is all hamstring, and then way at the top is glute. So you could isolate hamstring by just coming to like this range right here, but because I really want to get glutes in it as well, I'm gonna come all the way up and then really push my hips forward and squeeze my glutes as I'm doing that. Alright, I'm tired of all the barbell stuff, so now I'm gonna do lunges but with my leg on the bench. And there's two ways to do it, or there's a few ways really. There's one where you're on your toe like this, and then there's one where you just have it here. Neither one is better. It is harder with your toe up, and you get a deeper stretch on this leg with your toe up, but I'm just gonna do it with my my whatever you call this crook of your ankle planted, and I'm gonna do 10 per side. So now I'm gonna do some step ups, and there's also different ways to do that. You can put pressure on the ball of your foot or the heel of your foot as you step up. I'm gonna do the heel, and since it's quarantine, you probably don't have an incredible bench. I try to do it on, I try to press on the bench where you have the most support, just so you don't fuck it up quickly. And so the motion is just, you're here and you step up, and you're trying to not push with your off leg. You don't want to do this. You don't want to push. You're trying to have all the weight on this leg, and you're just kind of leading up with this leg like this. And so I'm gonna do 10 per leg. Well, I'm finished now. I did good mornings, squats, sumo squats, leg up lunges, whatever those are called, and then step ups. I did 4 sets of each, 4 to 5, and then 10 reps per set. So it's pretty good volume. I'm just gonna stretch now and then go home, take a shake. I'll show you that. Alright, 5 o'clock. It's actually way later than usual for me to be at this stage, but I'm gonna have a protein shake with milk. I hate protein shakes with water. And since I mixed them all, see these three, I'm gonna give you reviews on each one. Might as well. So this one, it's really good. It actually has coffee in it, but it has too much. So I do half a scoop. I didn't do this on purpose, it just kind of happened that way. Half a scoop of that. This one is okay, it's way too sweet. They put way too much Splenda, or what do they use? Sucralose. Man, they put way too much in there. One scoop is just gross. So I do half a scoop. And then this one is delicious. It's really good, but it has such high calories. So I only do one scoop of this. And so I just mix them all together because I bought them, I'm gonna drink them. So that's just kind of how it turned out. Also, with this shake, I'm gonna take a half a teaspoon of lion's mane mushroom powder. It kind of helps with focus and memory, and it's supposed to be really healthy for you, so can't hurt. I'll do this. I'll take my glucosamine, fish oil, creatine with this shake, and also, because today's a writing day, this is where it gets tricky. Or this is where the madness comes in, let's put it that way. I'm going to microdose with acid, and a microdose, so I'm not going to show it to you, but an acid comes in a little paper square, generally 125 micrograms per paper square. That's the dose. So the dose that I take is 132 of that, so like around 6 to 8 micrograms, I think, if that's correct. My math's probably off. It's not a lot. It's just enough to increase your mental acuity, because the stuff that I'm going to be watching and writing, the stuff I'm going to be watching to inspire me to write is pretty complex. I'll show you some of what I'm going to watch. So I'm going to have this shake, I'm going to take a shower, and then I'm going to watch, it's called Joseph Campbell Mythos. Alright, I just finished showering. It's 5:47. I'm gonna watch this thing called Mythos, and I'm very excited right now because I thought there was only two. There's Mythos 1, Mythos 2, and randomly yesterday I found Mythos 3. Ooh. Each one has 5 episodes, each one's an hour long. Yeah, so the episode I'm about to watch I haven't seen before. And so I'm just gonna watch it and then probably find the best part of that episode to me and show you like a minute or two of it. It's interesting stuff. It's a lot of talking about comparative religion. So comparing Christianity with Buddhism, with Hinduism, with the Viking mythology, with the Zeus, with the Greek mythology. And so what all these things talk about is the divine, which is very, very, very difficult to describe and very, very difficult to understand. I'm gonna watch this and then I'll show you a clip and then we'll talk about it. Well, not we, because you're not here. I'm just talking to myself. I'm just talking to myself with this thing here.
Be patient and don't try to solve it. Just endure it, and then all the boons of beautiful womanhood will be yours. Well, the next trial of our friend Lancelot was what is known as the Sword Bridge. This is a bridge across a roaring torrent that is of a sword, and he has to go across with bare hands and feet on the sharp edge of a sword. Perhaps you know the novel by Somerset Maugham, The Razor's Edge. This is a motif from, I think it's the Kena Upanishad. Any trip along your own path is a razor's edge. It really is. Nobody's done it before. And it's so easy, particularly if what you're following is your bliss, is your passion, It's so easy to tip over and fall into a torrent of passion that sweeps you away. This is a real lesson. So, having survived the perilous bed, Lancelot survives the sword bridge. And then he has disenchanted the castle in which Guinevere is a captive. He comes in to receive her greeting and gratitude, and she's as cold as ice. Why? Because he hesitated for 3 steps before getting on that cart. How did she know? She's the goddess. Women know these things. And this is that story, and it's the great one. This is Chrétien's best. It's a beautiful story. The Lancelot.
It's 9:40. It's pretty late now. Took a nap. Well, watching that video, I was really tired from training, so I took a nap. And then my mom got home and talked to me for like an hour and a half. And now I'm about to make eggs, and I'm way behind schedule, my usual schedule. So I'm gonna tell you what I'm cooking, and then I'll talk about what I showed you. So we're gonna make egg whites. I have 8 egg whites. I have bell peppers mixed with onion and jalapeno, which first I'm going to stir fry, and I'm going to do that in avocado oil. So I'm gonna do a tablespoon of that. Oh, and mushrooms, I forgot. They're in the fridge. So I'm gonna stir fry this with the mushrooms in avocado oil for a while before I add the eggs. And I'm going to, after the eggs are done cooking, I'm gonna add beans on top of the eggs. And I'm gonna grill some tortillas on an open flame. I don't know what you call that. But yeah. Alright, check this out. I got my mushrooms and bell pepper mix with oil. And I got 3 tortillas. And this is, you have to heat your tortillas like this on top of an open flame. So I'm gonna set these up. Turn on all these. And just set them on top. Adjust the heat so I don't burn them. And that, best way to heat up your tortillas. So the title of that episode you saw was called Love as the Guide. And the clip I showed you kind of was about that. It was mostly about these 2 characters in, I guess you could say, Arthurian legends called Isolde and Tristan. And with the main point, which, I mean, I didn't know before discovering who Joseph Campbell was, love, as we know it, is a kind of modern concept. For most of human history, all marriages were set marriages. So the concept of finding someone and falling in love with them and having that be a societal norm is pretty unique to us as a species. That notion originated in the 1100s, so it's not even that long ago. That notion of, I guess you could say, individual love. And so he goes really in depth about that, Tristan and Isolde legend, which I'm not going to go into because he talked about it for an hour. So there's a lot of stuff. With the clip I showed you, always really resonates with me, that story architecture, probably a good word to use, in which the hero of the story, which was that knight, and it really resonates with me well because of the crazy shit that I'm doing, where he has to walk across a sword or crawl across a sword, and it's very easy to fall off of it, and it's a very dangerous route. Like that, I don't remember it too well, honestly. I just heard an hour about Isolde and Tristan. So once my peppers and mushrooms are nice and brown, I'm gonna add my eggs on top of it. And I might add more, just depending on how much protein I need. But it's a good amount. I'm gonna cook this. So now that my eggs are pretty well cooked, I'm gonna add my beans to it. Maybe 3 ounces. Should be about 3. So here's the finished product. Not bad for bulking with some nice, here you can hear it. Oh, you hear that? Some nice toasty tortillas. So I'm gonna go eat that, and as I'm eating, I guess I'll talk to you for a little. Alright, I finished eating. It's 10:20. Yeah, so that video, that clip I showed you ties in really well to this, because when you're following your bliss or passion, or whatever you want to call it, your destiny, this is the hero's journey, is what that's a reference to. You know, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's easy to detract off of that path. It's a crazy thing that I'm doing. So when I hear things like that, and that's a deep centered motif in mythology, in all mythologies, not any in particular, it just makes me feel better about what I'm doing with the fucking insanity that I'm trying to do. So yeah, I think that's a good synopsis. And then him getting with the woman and then disconnecting, reconnecting, it's all the same shit. It's pretty complicated. So this time I also usually smoke the marijuanas, but I've been doing it pretty often with quarantine, pretty much every day, which is something I didn't used to do. It's just too much. I'm kind of tired of it, so I'm taking a break tonight, actually. Oh, also, I've been like, I have shorts on now, but I've been in my underwear all day, and I could have put on clothes for this video, but if I did that, it would be an inauthentic look into my life. And this is how I live. This is it. I don't see the point in like, oh, let me put on clothes, because no, if you broke into my house, I would be like, yo, what the fuck, in my underwear. That's just what would happen. So yeah, I'm gonna get in the zone. I got my headphones and just really just zero in on this writing. And in a weird way, sometimes I like write one line, like that's it, just boop, boop, they're done. But the point is that I'm sitting here and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking about it, and I'm just really trying to configure my thoughts in a good way to put them on paper that makes sense, pretty much. I never thought I'd be a goddamn artist, that's for sure. It's a weird life, man. But it's here. This is what it's supposed to be, so this is what it is. Now this is it. This is the point. The whole day has been coalescing to this point right now that I'm about to write. I played a game with heavy mythological structure. I watched lectures on mythology. As I'm writing, I'm going to listen to the Ad Astra soundtrack. If you haven't seen Ad Astra, it's really good. Another movie with a very apparent mythological structure. As I'm writing a script with, again, very apparent and heavy mythological structure. And the music I listen to changes. Like before, it used to be the Revenant soundtrack, another movie, mythological structure. So it just kind of changes depending on the mood of the script. And also I have a candle. Just smells nice and gives me a little bit of extra light. It's just a good mood builder. And everything kind of looks orange because I have this blue light filter thing on my desktop that cuts out the blue light, but it makes it orange. That way I don't stay up too late. It's 12:40 and I just finished writing for the night. I don't want to keep writing too late because I still need to eat, which is what I'm about to do. And I don't want to go to sleep at like 3. I'm trying to wake up early. But really good progress. I'm on page 78 on the third one, and I might finish. I'm gonna finish this month for sure, which is way earlier than I thought I would. So the quarantine really, this is what I needed for my writing, even though it's not a great thing, the coronavirus. It's exactly what I needed. And in fact, I used a line out of the book that I've been reading. So there's sometimes it feels like everything kind of comes together and intertwines, be it good or bad, and just writing and thinking about these concepts that are incredibly complicated without sounding insane, which is probably a harder part still. It's a great experience. It really is. And so when I started this 2 years ago, I was a completely different person, and B, it feels right. It feels like it's something that I'm supposed to do and something that I always should have been doing. But also, it feels like everything that's led up to this point was necessary. Now, whether that's delusion or destiny, only time will tell. But yeah, it was a great day. This has been my norm for the past 2 months. Just a crazy person. It's just been it. Steak and potatoes and carrots. That's my last meal. Before I go, I want to tell you my macros. 210 protein, 65 fat, and 315 carbs. And it's like 1 o'clock now. I'll probably end up sleeping around 2 after I brush my teeth. Take care of some stuff that I still need to, I don't even know what you call that. It's not legal stuff, it's not emails, just online stuff. I wouldn't even know what stuff. But yeah, that's my life. It's pretty good, pretty interesting. Just always in here, which is a little weird, but I'm not gonna plug anything. Look, nothing. I'll see ya whenever.